Hello again, I am Blunty, and I learned something new at PAX. It turns out that tabletop gaming, the traditional realm of the nerdiest of the nerds, I mean, the nerds that other nerds made fun of, the nerds that were responsible for the side room of my favourite comic book store smelling like BO and regret on every Saturday afternoon. But to my surprise, I discovered at PAX that tabletop gaming is still very, very popular and hasn't dwindled away to the point that I thought it had. But let's face it, I mean, aside from that cliche of tabletop gaming being for the ultimate nerd, the nerd with almost non-existent social skills and horrible personal hygiene, tabletop gaming has sort of a barrier of entry. I mean, you look at something like Warhammer, you watch people play it, and it's incomprehensible. There's tiny little carefully painted miniatures of little goblins and stuff, and people are rolling dice and doing math to figure out how things should move, and they've got measuring tapes out on the table figuring out just how far you're allowed to move, and, you know, it's a very inaccessible type of thing. But at PAX I discovered something very, very interesting indeed. A gateway drug of tabletop gaming. Something people are familiar with. Something that is accessible. Something that people walk by and you go, that's a Batman tabletop game. I went in on that. And how do you play?
Hi, I'm JB. I'm from Decibels of Gaming Club in Dandenong. We're down at PAX running the Batman miniatures game and the Judge Dredd miniatures game. So they're both, I thought, would be nice pop culture type of icon things that some people at PAX will enjoy. And they're having a lot of fun down here. Even people who have never played miniatures games before are really getting into it, role-playing the characters and having some fun. The Batman game is proving pretty popular. The company called Night Models, they have a license to produce models for the pretty much entire DC range, starting with Gotham City and Arkham. So they've started to make models for based on the Arkham video game, going into also the Christopher Nolan movies and the comics. So there's 3 Batmans available. You have the Arkham City Batman, the Nolan Batman, and a Frank Miller comic Batman at the moment. And you can sort of mix the generations and mix the different eras if you want to, but it's kind of fun to stick to what you're doing. So the fun part about this game, there's 2 phases. You raise a plan and execute the plan. So you pre-plan your actions on the card for every model using tokens. Your higher level characters get more tokens. When you take damage, your tokens are reduced. Once you go into plan, you've got to use all their special skills. Batman can zip to the buildings with his Batclaw. The Joker has chattering teeth bombs. Everything's based on pretty much the video games or the movies, so it's quite fun that when everybody here has played a game, it's come up looking fairly much like they've been playing the video game or watching the movie or whatever. So the guys have been getting quite into it because obviously there's a lot of Batman fans around here. And everyone's had a ton of fun. Everyone just wants to know to go straight where they can go to buy all the toys immediately, which is great when people have never played these sort of games before. And they're really having fun. So I'm pretty happy with the turnout here at PAX. And I'm just glad everyone's having a good time.
Hi, I'm Tom McLean from Cantrip Games, and we're demoing Story War, which is a storytelling party game. It's like Apples to Apples meets Dungeons and Dragons, where you tell stories to defeat your enemies. It's all about no statistics or hit points or damage or anything. It's all about just conjuring images of your champions trouncing other champions. Yeah, so I was heavily involved in the sort of the game design, and I wrote the flavor text on most of the cards. It's $25 online at dftba.com, and check it out.
Hello, I'm Christopher, design director of Greater Than Games and co-creator of Sentinels of the Multiverse. Sentinels of the Multiverse is a cooperative superhero-themed card game in which 3 to 5 players play as heroes, working together, fighting against a villain in a dynamic environment. The core game has 10 different heroes, 4 different villains, and 4 different environments, and has enough for you to play hundreds of different combinations of games. The game's a very simple game with the depths of strategy that comes with the combinations of the various heroes you'll play. Each hero player on their turn will have their own separate deck of cards that represents their hero character, and on your turn you'll play one of your cards, use one of your powers, and draw a card. So the hero turns tend to go very quickly. But the villains are terrifying, and they are going to use their various plots to destroy you. Baron Blade, the mad scientist, is going to try to pull the moon into the Earth using his Terralunar Impulsion Beam. Grand Warlord Voss has his waves of alien gene-bound minions that he will overrun the world. And Omnitron, the giant rampaging robot, will destroy all human life by turning into a robotics factory to pump more and more drones into the turns. The game's a lot of fun. It's about $40, and it's been doing very well here at PAX Australia. We have it in stores all over the world. We distribute internationally, and it's also available from our website, www.sentinelsofthemultiverse.com. But you can also find us at greaterthangames.com. Either one will take you to information about our games, our products, and what we're doing as a company.
in every culture.